Temu meets Dollar Tree with these 4 giftable DIYs that you can give to mom, keep, or sell. We'll decoupage with fabric and cardstock and embellish each of these gifts with love. My name is Melissa. Thank you for being here. For this project, I'm using a galvanized planter from the Dollar Tree. We're going to cover this in beautiful cardstock paper that comes out of this pack from Hobby Lobby. Temu has plenty of beautiful paper options, and their 6x6 sheets would be perfect for this project. I start by using one of the sides to create a template. The planter has a strip of metal that wraps around each side, so I am compensating for that when I make the template. And then I'll use it to cut out the other 3 sides. Here I'm getting a little visit from Maisie. Maisie visits me almost every time I'm at the craft table. I tend to cut it out of the videos as not to bore you, but a few of you have asked to see her. So I'm leaving this short clip in where she's just begging for some attention and I take a minute to give it to her. And then we are back to the craft. I'm wiping down the sides of the planter with alcohol and then removing the sticker on the bottom. Before I apply the paper, I'm going to paint the edges, that little wraparound edge, and the bottom and top in the color Pavement by Apple Barrel. I'm going to work on one side at a time, applying a very thick coat of Mod Podge. Once that's dry, I lay the paper down and smooth it out before moving to the next side. I recently had a question asking if air fryer liners could work as parchment paper when using the decoupage iron-on method. And the answer is yes. Air fryer liners are parchment paper. They're just shaped differently. It's probably a more cost-effective way to decoupage if you're using the iron-on method often. I took an air fryer liner from my own stash, cut it down a bit to fit this project more appropriately, and I'm going to use it to iron on this paper. And in a little while, you will see me use a regular piece of parchment paper pulled from a roll so that you can see there's absolutely no difference in the end result. Now that the paper is on all 4 sides, I want to hide the white edges of the paper. If you look at it from the right angle, you can see. So I'm taking just a little bit more of that pavement paint and touching up the edges of the paper to hide it. To protect the paper, I'm going to avoid Mod Podge that you brush on and instead use Mod Podge spray. I spray on the first coat, allow it to completely dry about 5 minutes or so before I put on the second coat, and then it's totally protected. The planter needed some sort of embellishment on the front, so I'm using 2 of these wood blanks that came in a larger pack from Dollar Tree, giving it a coat of paint that I mixed together in Admiral Blue and Green. I'm mixing them together to get more of an indigo color that will match the leaves in the paper. Once those are painted and dry, I'm using some rub-on transfers of hydrangeas that I picked up from Amazon, and then dry brush some white acrylic paint over the design. And then these are ready to be glued to the planter. I made a flower arrangement using sprigs of tall grass from the Dollar Tree and really good quality eucalyptus, lamb's ear, and a purple flower bundle from Temu. This is so very giftable. Let me know in the comments what you think about this one. This next project is a fast one. We did something very similar to this 2 videos ago, but I wanted to show you the larger dried pressed flowers from Temu. So I picked up these two see-through frames at Dollar Tree. I thought these were so cute and easy to work with. This project is very easy. I'm going to start by pulling the frame completely apart and start placing my flowers. The first frame goes off without a hitch. The second frame, I had a little trouble with the flower, as in it's very delicate, and as soon as I picked it up, the petals started to fall off. There's nothing wrong with the product itself. It's just a real dried pressed flower that needs to be handled with care. I improvised by putting it in the corner and trimming off the excess. If you're enjoying these projects, if they're inspiring you to create, give this video your stamp of approval by clicking the like button. Comment below. It only takes 1 or 2 words to show YouTube that this video is worthy of being pushed out to others in the crafting community. This is your channel, it's not mine. So drop me an email and let me know what kind of videos you'd like to see next. The real challenge with this is just getting that frame put back together because the pressed flower is thicker than the photograph it's meant to hold. I had to really press down on the corner of that frame where that larger flower is, but I was able to make it work and lock the frame in place. And here's what they look like all complete. I do tend to really like these frames where you can see the wall that it's hanging on behind it. This particular frame can be hung up, or you can allow it to sit down on a shelf like this. Let me know what you think about this one. Have you ever wondered what to do with these small books of paper from Temu? I'm showing you a few different styles here. This particular style we won't be using. We will be using these butterfly papers. I'm going to set them aside for now. There's no shortage of options for these small metal boxes on Temu's app. I ordered 2 different sizes. The smaller ones came in just fine, but the larger had dents in them. As an alternative, if you like this idea, you can get a larger pack of 16 for about $11 at Amazon, and for this project, I chose the color white. After pining through the butterfly book of small pictures, I found a few that I like and want to use together for this project. These papers are not thin like rice paper or napkins, and they're not thick like traditional cardstock or scrapbooking paper. They are a medium weight paper and don't require a lot of Mod Podge to stick to any surface. I'm just going to decoupage these on to the lid of our tin box like normal, trim off the excess paper, and then seal it with another coat of Mod Podge on top. This gift couldn't be any easier. I'm I'm going to do the same thing using two of these round tins from Dollar Tree. But first, I'm removing the lids, taking them outside, and giving them one coat of Krylon spray paint in pale pink. Here I'm showing you the different options for papers in this pack. I love the doilied or the cutout edges on this. It definitely makes them unique. The round ones will fit beautifully on the top of these tins. I take a second with small scissors and trim up the edges. While using the scissors, I did remove some of the paint around the edges. So to fix that, I'm going to spray a little bit of that same paint on my paper plate and using a flat tip brush, just cover up those areas where I scuffed it up. I'm not sure where I got this ribbon. I think I got it in one of those multi-packs from Hobby Lobby. You can spend a couple bucks and get a pack of variety ribbon. And this is just a nice feminine touch around the edge. Here they are complete. Off camera, I did another 4 of the tins with the slider lids in the Hummingbird theme, and I love them. These tins can be used in your handbag for medication, vitamins, barrettes, and hairpins. Use them in the craft room. Really, anything small can go in these. Gift them, sell them, or keep them. Let me know in the comments what you think about my use for these small paper packs. What have you used them for? I've seen crafters use these cylinder vessels from the Dollar Tree to store things in the craft room. These are usually more easily found around the holidays in different colors like red and gold, but this time of year in the spring, you could find them in silver. And I just love the silver color. I'm going to pair one of these with this hummingbird fabric, also from the Dollar Tree. I'm going to decoupage the fabric on. Fabric is awesome to decoupage with. You have a lot of forgiveness. If you make a mistake, you can just pull back and start again, and you can easily move it to shift the pattern or lift out wrinkles. You can see how easily I'm removing the wrinkles just using my fingers. Just like with any other decoupaging project, make sure your edges are nicely sealed with the Mod Podge, and then go over the entire project and edges again. Moving on to the lid of the canister, I decided not to do anything with the outermost portion of the lid and just decoupage another piece of fabric on the inside circular area of the top. Of course, when cutting the fabric, I make sure that I have the prettiest hummingbird I can find showing. As I'm sitting here, I'm wondering and thinking back, have I done a single video without a bird DIY? I could probably do a 3-hour compilation video with just bird DIYs. When I was really young in my 20s, I didn't even know that birds were a thing. Like, of course, I knew that birds existed, but I was just on to other stuff and I didn't pay attention to nature. I didn't appreciate it. And in my old age, it's one of the things that I appreciate the most. This roll of lace came from Temu, and you do get quite a bit. I'm guessing that there's probably 6 or 8 yards here. This is not a soft lace. While it is very flexible, it's more brittle than your average lace. And they offer this in a variety of colors. I'm only putting 2 strips of this lace around the entire canister, one at the top and one at the bottom, just to frill it up a bit. I'm going to add a third and final piece of this lace in an upright position to frame that circle where a hummingbird is in the lid. That lace is stiff enough that if you were to keep this upright on your dresser, it could be a place to put your earrings at the end of the day. I wanted to take care of the price sticker at the bottom, only it's not a sticker. It's printed onto the canister, so the only option is to paint over it and cover it up. It took 2 coats of white chalk paint and then sealed it with 1 coat of clear wax before moving on. If you are still with me, bless you. I appreciate you so much. I know my projects can get detailed, but I know that it's the details that will sell these pieces or be an item that your loved one keeps for a lifetime. I picked up a small pack of these pink oval shaped beads at the Dollar Tree, and I want to use it as a mini vase. I'm going to take just a few small pieces of these hydrangea heads from this flower bundle that I picked up from Temu, and I'm going to stuff them inside that bead. And now I have a little bit of lamb's ear. I keep saying a little bit, but that's because I'm just using a little bit. I'm going to put a little bit or 3 leaves of lamb's ear in the back. And I'm going to just hot glue this to the front of the container. Lamb's ear is oftentimes curled up or wavy, so I'm using my fingers here to just kind of maneuver them in a way that will make them puff out and look curled and glue them down. I just love the 3D effect this gives the project. I'm going to add another leaf at the bottom to cover the jute ribbon I used to tie the flowers together. And from my stash, I picked out a couple of these little hearts and the word love and glued them on to further embellish. This would be such a thoughtful gift for your mom for Mother's Day. You might not be able to get the flowers from Temu in time to make this project for Mother's Day, but you don't have to use Temu flowers or lace. You can get them at the Dollar Tree, make this for mom, and then stuff it full of all of her favorite candy, a piece of jewelry, maybe some seed packets, whatever your mom enjoys. fill it up, and hand it to her on Mother's Day as a little extra. And here's what it looks like complete. If I could get my hands on some pink or turquoise ribbon just like this, I think that would add better contrast than the white. But let me know what you think about this plain silver canister turned glam. Friend, we've reached the end of yet another video. Thank you so much for staying until the end. Your support means everything. And as you see this channel grow, know that you are a big part of it. If you want to see more, here's another video I think you'll enjoy. And until next time, don't forget to craft what you love.